Hi, I'm Amy, your host of It All Leads to Home, brought to you by Apple Realty. On this podcast, we'll talk about real estate, community, health, entrepreneurship, and all the things that connect us. So grab a drink, settle in, and we hope you enjoy this podcast. Well, hi there. Thanks for
Hello.
joining
Thanks for
us.
having me.
Courtney Bruck
Yes.
from Charmed Boutique here in
Yep.
downtown Pontiac.
Yes.
So we are drinking Acres coffee today. What do you have?
Yes. My neighbors. I have a cold brew with mocha flavoring and then a vanilla cold foam on top.
Okay. And I am drinking a cold brew but with vanilla flavoring. It's like my first time trying this.
Oh,
I
yeah. What do you think?
piggybacked on what you were doing.
Yeah.
It's super good.
Yeah.
Yeah, super
Yeah.
good. I'm like
It's
really
good. When
picky
I
with
need
my
a little
coffee.
extra pep, I do a cold brew rather than a latte.
Well,
So,
they said cold brews have more caffeine in them.
yes.
So I
Yes.
was worried I was going to be like
Oh,
jittery
yeah.
for you.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. No, I
okay.
always need that, but in the mornings especially.
Sure. So, Charmed Boutique, tell us about Charmed Boutique and how you got started.
Okay, so I've always loved fashion and clothes. Went to college with a business major. I actually transferred to ISU my sophomore year. So when I transferred as business, that's what I was. My freshman year, I went to Edwardsville, transferred to Bloomington, ISU. And then as I went through my first semester, I noticed that ISU actually had an apparel merchandising program. So I picked that up as a minor, continued my first year, and then kind of thought to myself, I know for sure I want to be in apparel merchandising. So why don't I flip flop those? So I took my major as apparel merchandising, minored in business, and thought that my goal was to be a buyer. So I wanted to work for, a department store, Nordstrom's or something, and,
Mhm.
buy for them. That's always what I intended to do. As my senior year approached, my aunt, who lived at the time in Louisville, Kentucky, wanted to open a boutique. And at that time, I mean, that was 2011. Boutiques, especially in the Midwest, weren't like a huge thing yet. I would say they started in the South, and which Louisville technically is kind of more south, right over the Indiana border. But she asked me to move to Louisville and help her start her boutique. And I was like, well, I have nothing else lined up, so I might as well give it a try. So moved there. All she had was the building. So, I mean, I was there from the ground up. Um,
Wow.
learn learned the most. I mean, as most do, hands on rather than a book. But so lived there all summer, moved in June. We opened in August. I mean, just a whole new world, like clothing markets. They don't really talk
Mhm.
about that in school. And again, boutiques weren't as big as they are now for sure. But so things were going good. And then also at the time, my grandfather was the mayor of Pontiac, and he was working to um, bring more retail to our town. So he approached her and said, "Hey, would you want to open a second location here, but gear it more towards tourists, more touristy items?" And I mean, we actually even went to market and we're looking at more gifty stuff, for Pontiac. And then at the end of the day, she was just like, you know what? It's too much for me right now. She had my cousins, three of them, and at the time they were still grade school, not even,
Wow.
not too old. So she had a lot of stuff going on. It was just going to be too much. I mean, and the plan was me to move here and run that. So then he asked me to do it. And I was scared because I never thought I would be living in Pontiac. You think you're going to
Go to the big
graduate
city or
and move
something.
away. Yeah. So I ended up taking the leap. I was 23,
Mhm.
not a care in the world, not thinking, how will this, and, I had bills to pay. I had school loans. Like, how am I have to pay myself. So this has to be my job, you know?
Sure.
So it was really fast after that. I don't remember what month I decided. So I was in Louisville. We opened in August. I moved home in April, so I wasn't even there a year. And luckily, my parents bought the building. I rented from them. My grandpa helped me totally transform it. We were open in like a month.
Oh my goodness.
But it was all so fresh in my head on like how to open a boutique. So, I mean, I just started ordering. It would go to my parents. I moved back to my parents' house, showing up in their living room, like just full of clothes. And Pontiac really took me under their wing and they really supported me. And this June will be 14 years.
Oh my goodness.
So, and a lot has changed. I mean, the boutique world is definitely evolving. There's more out there. Brick and mortar seems to be slowing down a little bit. So year 5, I started a website. I was ready to grow a little bit more. So still continuing to work on that, but I love having a brick and mortar and hope to always do that. So
Yeah. Well, I think it's something to say for you to go in and try on clothes because you never know
yeah,
how they're going to fit.
right.
That's like my biggest thing. I'll order stuff online and I'm
Yeah.
always shipping it
Yeah.
back.
Yeah.
So,
And actually it's funny you say that, like more as I'm growing my online, I've been reaching new customers. And even this morning, I had someone email me about like a size chart, and they don't give that to you when you're ordering.
oh,
I mean, most companies don't. So, and
mhm.
I am no seamstress. That is one thing I wish I could go back in time and at ISU, like take a sewing class because it
Sure.
really would have come in handy and just
Sure.
learning about that kind of stuff. Um, but yeah, multiple people have like, can you tell me the measurements? And I'm just like,
Mhm.
I don't even know like what to measure, you know?
Sure.
So I probably need to learn that skill, but yeah, that for sure. And I just like, I mean, I love talking to people. I love building those relationships and I love to go shopping. So I
Sure.
love to go and just see like what there is. It's harder to sell like gifts and accessories online too. And you know, you can
Right.
find unique pieces at boutiques and sometimes a picture doesn't show it as well.
Well, I
So,
like what you do. Like, if I know I want to buy something, I always watch your video because I feel
yes.
like you can see the fit more. And then
Yes.
you say, well, I'm wearing my true to size or whatever you
Right.
say. And then it
Right.
kind of gives me like
Yes,
an
that
idea.
yeah, that for sure. I actually recently in growing my online completely changed my website to pictures of me and stuff, which at first I thought didn't look like as professional, but I think it really does make something look different. And
Hmm.
even for me, I do a lot of online buying, but maybe if I had gone to market and saw that piece, maybe I wouldn't have bought it. Or with that company, there was other items that I would have for sure bought. But on the
Sure.
website, it's not appealing to me. So, I mean, it's true in all those senses. But yes,
Mhm.
I do try and, tell people my size and what I'm wearing just to go off that. And everything runs different. I've worn every
Mhm.
size in there.
Mhm.
So it's hard. It's hard when it's like that. And then also a plus as well, because then you can cover many sizes, not just, even though it says small, medium, large, doesn't mean
Sure.
just everything's cut different. So
So
yes, I
true.
do try and do that.
I wish
But
there was a better standard.
I
You know what
know.
I mean?
I know. Me too.
But
Yeah.
it's
And it's
hard.
weird. Like some companies, it's like, oh, they just made that too small or they just made it a little too big. And yeah, there's
Hmm.
never,
Never a
never.
good one.
Yes. Yeah.
So you have expanded since when I first met you. You bought the building next to you, correct?
Correct. So actually, it's probably always been one building. Like if you go
Okay.
into our old gross basement, it's all one.
Oh, okay.
So I don't even know how many times like the wall has been up and down. But yes,
Oh, okay.
when my parents bought it, the art center in town, they were on one side and then I
Hmm.
was on the other, and we transformed the top into an apartment. And so I
Hmm.
lived there for, gosh, like 10 years of it, I think. I've only been in my house for 2 years. So yeah, almost 12 years, I guess, of
That's
which
cool.
is very handy when you're doing those fit videos because I have to think of like, okay, what do I need to bring from home to style this? So it is a lot harder you have to be more organized when you live farther away. I got spoiled by living where I work. But um so then actually eventually my husband and I bought the building, and we hadn't bought it yet though when we knocked the walls down. So at the time, the art center was actually, the city was doing like a program where they wanted to fill storefronts, and so that what you call kind of like a placeholder.
Okay.
So I didn't have to like kick them out essentially, but I asked if they could just move on. So I think they actually moved to the building they are now, but ended up buying it. So now nobody can move them out. But so yeah, we took the walls down, and that was like, maybe I did that year 5 as well, and my website, I want to say. But yeah, we expanded, which just gave us a lot of room. I can't like even imagine only having that one side now. But yeah, we did that about year 5, and fill it, and yeah, it's been good. So
That's
and
awesome.
living upstairs was fun. So now we rent that out, and which was actually a good customer of mine. So see, just like making those connections with the
Sure.
face-to-face is
That's fun.
always good.
It
So
looks like such a fun place because you even have that deck up there.
yeah,
And yeah,
yeah,
very cute.
we miss that. That's probably the thing we miss the most. But
I bet.
yeah.
Yeah. So coming into summer season, what colors or trends do you really see happening right now?
Well, polka dots, I wore that on purpose today. I mean, polka dots never really go away, but
Sure.
those have been really catching my eye. Lots of blues, navies for some reason. I don't
I've
know.
seen that on
Yeah.
your, like,
Yeah,
looking
I'm
through
like, I
your
need to
stuff.
slow down on the navy a little bit, but a
That's
lot of
okay.
navy.
I
Yeah.
like that though.
Yellow, I feel, has been a little pop this year, but
Okay.
yeah.
Fun. Well, I'm wearing your dress from your store.
Yes.
I don't remember the name though of this dress.
Midnight Bloom, it's
Midnight
called.
Bloom.
Yes, it's been a popular
It's
one.
very comfy,
Yes,
cozy.
it is cute.
I
It's
like
definitely
throwing
an
on.
eye catcher for
Yeah.
sure. I just had a fashion show a couple weeks ago, and that was in it. So
Really?
yeah.
You had a fashion show here in town?
No, and it was weird. I had 2 back to back. And it had been a while, and it just seems like they're coming back all of a sudden, but both for really good causes. The first one, both in Bloomington, the first one was for the Children's Hospital. And then the second one about 2 weeks ago was for a nonprofit called Lilac Rising. And they just help women who need help, like single moms, or their washer stops working. They
Really?
kind of do that. So it was a cool event.
That's cool.
Yeah, yeah,
Well, fun.
yeah, it was. I enjoy doing those. And then it's really nice to network with, I've been in Pontiac for 14 years, so it is nice to do events to hopefully bring in surrounding towns.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh, great. So, going off of trends, you also have some trendy hair accessories, jewelry there. You also have like a children's line of clothes that you
Yes,
hold
I
in
have a
store as well.
small little children's are so hard because there's so many sizes. So a
Yeah,
lot of
there
times you'll
is.
find me doing like a pre-order kind
I've
of
seen that. Yeah.
so that way I know like what sizes to get, or whatnot. So just a little, definitely a lot of, you need a newborn gift or something. We have like sleepers and stuff. I keep
Cute.
those like stocked. Yes, accessories, candles. We do a little bit of shoes, not too much, just because those are hard as well. But a trend, going back to trends, jelly shoes are back. So
I have seen those like everywhere.
yes,
But I remember them as a kid not being comfortable, so I'm like
that
scared to try it.
that's so funny because I don't remember those, and I've been dressing my daughter in them too, and
Mhm.
she hasn't been complaining, and she like loves them because she thinks they're like princess shoes, because they're fun
Okay.
colors or whatever. But
That's
she hasn't complained. But my mom, who works for me, she is like, I will never wear those again. But the ones I currently have in stock have like a padding at the bottom. So they
Okay.
actually, and I've gotten some feedback from customers, and they're like, I wore them all day expecting them to hurt, and they didn't. So maybe you just got to find the right one. But I have even like
Okay.
little kitten heel coming.
Oh,
That's
wow.
another trend I've been seeing, like a sandal kitten heel for
Okay.
summer.
That's
So
fun.
it's like a jelly kitten heel. So those are coming soon. But yeah, not too many shoes, just every now and again I like to do that. Um, a few handbags, just fun little
Mhm.
add-ons.
You got the, what is it, geometry towels
Oh,
too? I love
yes.
that. You
Yes.
got me addicted to
I know.
those.
I had a friend at another boutique who's home and clothing, and she's like, we talk on a daily basis, just about products. Like, you should try this or you should get this. Like, I did
Mhm.
really well with this. She's located in Decatur, but she's like, you have to get these towels. And I'm like, well, I'm not a home store. And I mean, I've sold some stuff,
Sure.
but nothing like that. And I was like, okay, I'll try it. And I mean, talk about, I don't know how many I've sold of those. And so I got them in and I'm
Probably a
like, well,
lot.
I would never pay that much for a towel. They're $18. And I got one and I threw away all my other towels. So they have been great. In fact, I just got a shipment in yesterday. So I need
Nice.
to post about that, but gotten some like 4th of July, Memorial Day as
Cute.
that's approaching.
Well,
So
they're good gifts too, or
great
gift
gifts. Yeah.
stuffers,
Yeah.
things like that.
And
I love that.
they work on like stainless steel. They're kind of like a chamois. So
Okay.
whoever invented this was they could be soaking wet and they still dry your dishes or shine up your stainless steel.
And
So
they're all cute patterns
yes,
and
super cute, fun.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
So you've been in business in downtown Pontiac for 14 years, is what you
Yes.
said.
Yep.
How has things kind of changed in downtown Pontiac that you've
I
seen in
mean,
14 years?
yes. I mean, unfortunately, I do feel like foot traffic is a little bit slower. And going back to, I don't think I said my aunt had, you know, wanted to do more of the gifty stuff towards tourists. I didn't go that route, which was actually a blessing because tourists, we love to have them in our town. And I mean, they help our town, but they're always like on a traveling schedule. They don't have that much room. So it's kind of like a
Mhm.
cherry on top if, you get a sale from a tourist. But that has not changed. I will say that they're still here every summer into the winter, but obviously summer they're busier. But yeah, I would say that a little, that slowed down a little bit, but people still, I feel like, love to support small towns. So I do get,
Mhm.
customers from other Bloomington drive up or all of that. But yeah,
So, are there certain pieces that every woman should have in her closet?
I always say definitely a denim jacket,
Okay.
um, a pair of jeans that make you feel good and that you love, and like a white button down because you can do so much with that. It
Okay.
looks good just with denim. It looks good as a layering piece. I just think it's like a classic piece to have. A
Mhm.
white t-shirt, a black t-shirt.
I think you're really good at layering. Like when I see your photos on Facebook or
Yeah.
your website, whatever, you always layer it with something.
Well, good. That makes me feel good because I think I'm like bad at that for
No, I
sure.
don't think you are.
Yeah.
You're a lot better than I am about it, but that's not saying much either. So, but yeah, I think accessories too. I've
Yeah.
noticed that like sometimes you'll pull an accessory in that maybe I don't like by itself,
Yeah.
but you'll put it with a piece and then I'm like, "Oh,
Yeah.
that's
I
cute."
that does happen a lot. Going back to the fashion show, like I had these really cool necklaces and you wouldn't know if you didn't really look at them, but they're like magnetic. And
Oh,
another trend
that's
that's
cool.
kind of coming back is a little bit more of a chunkier necklace, but not like a long one, more of like a shorter. So this one is like big beads, but it is magnetic. And at that
Oh,
fashion show, I sold it off my body because I was out of that color or whatever. So
oh
it
my
is very
gosh.
true what they say that, when you see something on, which is another reason like modeling is so big for me, posting stuff, and that's how I get people in or get sales, is by doing that. So it is really important.
Mm-hmm. Because I'm always so judgy, like when it's on the rack, I'm like, no, I don't like it. But then if I see it on you or on somebody else, I'm like, I do like that.
I know. It
It's
is
so hard.
It is. Even like I'll get a piece in, but I can't wear that piece every day. But it's just like, oh, if they would just try it on, or, it just
Sure.
has zero hanger appeal, but you put it on and it's so cute. So yeah, it's definitely, again, back to why having a brick and mortar is
Okay,
so
well,
important.
if I come in and you're like, someone needs to try this on, feel free.
I'm going to tell
Because
you.
I am so picky when it's on the rack. I'm so hard on
I
it.
know.
It's so hard.
You're not the only one. So yes.
All right, very good. So how would you describe Charm Boutique's style?
So I like a trend. I like to be trendy. I like to be different, but I also like it to be a piece you can keep in your closet for years. So that's kind of what I look for. I also want to cater to our town because we are smaller, and I want to hit that age range. So when I first started, and I was 23 at the time, I if I would wear it, if my mom would wear it, and if my grandma would wear it, and we all love clothing. So like you have to be a little more trendy to
Mm-hmm.
think that way. But if all three of us could wear it, that's kind of how I started buying. And then I mean, another thing that, people are always like, oh, do you have one of everything? And I don't. And I love everything in my store, or I wouldn't buy it, or I like everything, I should say. But not all of it is my style. So that's always a hard thing to, you have to think, what would others like? It can't just be.
Sure.
Now, are there times I've selfishly ordered things because I'm like, I just really want that for me? Yes. But yeah, you really have to be aware of that as well.
Perks of owning your own clothing store.
Yes.
I don't know how you don't I don't feel like wearing anything in my closet and then going to the store and finding something.
I know. But it's kind of like I live in my closet. So, you know how you get sick of things, or you've seen it so much, it doesn't, you kind of move on and like don't want it to. So like I said, it's like living in your closet, and I still am like a typical girl where I'm like, I don't have anything to wear, and I own a clothing boutique. So
I say that daily to my
Yeah.
husband. He doesn't believe me. So talking about that a little bit more though, how often then do you change out like what's in your store? Are you ordering like every month something new, or how does that work?
Actually, I right now am, and kind of I always have. I'm trying to be, as I've talked before, growing my online, I'm trying to be more business plan driven. So trying to pay a little more attention to that. But honestly, prior to this, it's like by the seat of my pants. Like, okay, we need this, so I'm gonna order it, whatever. But how the boutique world works is you get a pack, and usually it's pre-packed, and you can't choose your sizes. So I have to get 2 small, 2 medium, 2 large. Sometimes you might get 1 small, 2 mediums, 2 large, and an extra large. Or, it's even some companies do like an extra small, 2 smalls, 2 mediums, a large. So, I mean, the basic is 2, 2, 2, small, medium, large. But yeah, I don't get to choose. I don't get to choose how many. If I run out of if I run out of a medium, if I run out of mediums, I have to buy like a whole new pack if someone would want one. So in most cases I don't. I also, one of the things I love about boutiques is they're unique in the fact that like once they're gone, they're gone. That's kind of how I did it before, so that you don't see yourself coming and going. Not everybody, especially in a small town, you don't want to show up to an event and like somebody else has it.
Right.
So that's kind of a unique thing about boutiques is, so your stock does move, as long as you're selling it, does move fairly fast.
Sure.
Of course, I have like a permanent sale rack in the back of the store. So, when it's run its course, it goes to that rack. Or a lot of times I'll just hold stuff, if I have like 3 left of it, I might hold it till the next season, which when I expanded, that helped because I gained like a whole new
Sure.
back room where I could store stuff like that. So that is how somehow it just keeps, cycling out. And
Mm-hmm. That's fun.
yeah,
All right. So something we do here is the fast and fun round.
yes.
So it's very much like this or that, or you can expand whatever you prefer.
Okay.
Just to learn more about Courtney. Really.
Okay.
Coffee or energy drink?
Coffee.
Okay. What's your busiest season?
Christmas.
I knew. I figured that.
The best time of year for many reasons.
Favorite boutique item that you've ever carried?
That's a hard one. I mean, it's an item, but it's not even clothing.
Mm-hmm.
But I sell it like crazy and everybody loves it. And if you've been to Charmed, you might have noticed like the smell.
Mm-hmm.
But I sell this oil that you use as like a perfume.
Mm-hmm.
And that's probably like one of my favorite things because I've had it this
Forever.
whole time.
Yeah.
So
I think your whole store smells like that.
yeah.
One fashion trend you hope never comes back.
Honestly, and it kind of has come back.
No.
The like really flared jeans, bell bottoms. I mean, I think
Okay.
it's like good to have like one pair. I mean, this is me personally, but I even in high school remember struggling with like shoes with that because
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, I love ankle length because then you can see your shoes. And when
Mhm.
you own a clothing boutique and you don't really have to buy clothes, like I am buying them, but I don't really buy clothes anywhere else. My shoe collection has really increased. So I just, I like to show a cute shoe. So that and like really super low jeans.
Yeah, I forgot
So
about that. That was
yeah.
like our high school era.
Yes.
I
Yeah.
feel like
Yeah.
okay.
I mean, if I could have my high school body, maybe, but yeah.
Yeah. Mine's long gone.
Yeah.
Um, Favorite season for fashion?
Fall. 100%. Yeah.
Okay. If you weren't running a boutique, what would you be doing?
Well, I would love to be like a buyer.
Or somewhere
Yeah.
like a
Yeah.
big box
Yeah.
store for
Yep.
yeah. Okay, what is your favorite hidden gem in Pontiac
Hmm.
or favorite local business to support? You could
Yeah.
do either one.
Um, Probably Acres, where we got our
Mhm.
coffee from. He was a good or is a good friend, and it's just like crazy. Who would have thought like he would have a restaurant 2 doors down from me? But
Yeah.
that's definitely where I frequent the most because it's walking distance. So yeah, I would say that's like one of my favorite Pontiac businesses.
I could see that being really dangerous, especially when you lived there too.
Yeah, it is. I mean, yeah, sorry, Acres. We don't order as much food because we
You
don't.
don't
But oh
live
my
right
gosh,
there.
we would like, but yeah, I have to limit myself on a coffee a day. But my mom does support them every day she gets a coffee every day that she's
That's
working. So
amazing.
yeah, it is dangerous for
We're
sure.
big Acres fans here too.
Yeah.
It is crazy.
Yeah.
They've gotten a great community support.
Yeah,
And
they do.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
been great. What makes Pontiac special to you?
Probably because I grew up here. Actually, I moved back in 7th grade, so I haven't lived here my whole life, but pretty much most that I can remember. But even when I was a little girl and I would like come visit my grandparents, I always wanted to be like a Pontiac cheerleader. I loved going to the football games. I loved like that hometown feeling. So
Mm-hmm.
again, never thought I would like live back here, but obviously
Here you
it's
are.
where I feel happiest. So
That's awesome. Now you're raising a family here.
yes.
Some babies.
Yes.
What are you most proud of looking back on opening Charmed Boutique and
I think just how long I've been here. at 23, you really don't. I didn't have didn't have a family, only had myself to worry about, didn't lose sleep over anything. And now, it's different. But the fact that I've held on this long, and even when I tell people that, they're like, wow, that is so great for a small business. So I think that's like my biggest accomplishment is
Yeah. You have to
being here
celebrate
for
that win. Yeah.
this long. So hopefully we can, it's what I hope to always do. I don't want another job. So I hope that this is what I can do till
That's great.
I retire.
That's great.
Yeah.
Any big hopes or dreams or expansions for Charmed Boutique in the future?
Obviously just to keep growing like my online. I want to be shipping all over the United States, and it's slowly starting to happen. So I'm hoping to just keep that up. So that's my goal. I want other people in other states to know who we are. So
That's awesome.
yeah.
Well, if someone wants to find you, how do they find you?
I am on most social media platforms. Haven't dived into the TikTok world yet. I don't know if I can do it. I'm finally to that point where like I am too old for social media. But Instagram and Facebook for sure. I think my Instagram handle is Charm Boutique Shop, and then just search on Facebook. I have a page, and then I also have a exclusive group as well. So I try everything on. I post pictures, I do videos, so you can always see. And I try to have new arrivals Sunday through Thursdays. I try and at least have something new on there. So
that's fun.
yes.
And you're located right downtown.
Right downtown on the square, 101 West Madison Street.
And you have a website that people can order from.
I do have a website. And if you're local, you can always buy on the website and choose in-store pickup if you can't make it in, because going back to the 6 pieces, once I'm out, I'm usually out. So keep that in mind. You can do that.
Perfect. Well, appreciate you coming on
today. Thank you so much for having me.
Yep. Thank you for tuning into this podcast. Don't forget to check us out on Facebook, Spotify, and YouTube. And remember, it all leads to home.